Good evening, children. I hope everyone are doing fine. So, children, in our previous class, we learned about atoms and their atomic mass unit, and we got to know what is the size of an atom, and we studied few elements along with the symbols, and we also saw that how it is represented by symbols, each and every elements how it is represented, and also we casually we saw about Dalton's theory. So we generally learnt about that, and also the discovery. Okay, so it's not experimental discovery, but theoretically how philosophers gave an idea about atom, we got to know about it, right? So now we shall see the laws of chemical combination. Okay, so children, we know that Antony N. Lavoisier, he was the person who led the foundation of chemical sciences. Okay, he was the first person to lay a foundation for chemical science by establishing two important laws of chemical combination. So, what are those two laws of chemical combination? So, one is law of conservation of mass, and another one is law of constant proportions, or it is also called as fixed proportions. Okay, so either way you can write. Don't get confused if they ask law of fixed proportion with constant. Constant means it is fixed. Okay, it never changes. That means it is fixed. So now we shall see one by one what is this law and how we can study this and how we can understand the laws with few experimental activity. Okay, so coming to law of conservation of mass. So in this, the main thing that you need to remember is always the mass of reactant is equal to mass of product. Okay, that means the number of atoms which is present in the reactants is always equal to the number of atoms that is present in the product. So we have seen many chemical reactions, isn't it? So we will write it in a chemical equation form. So what we do, we check whether these equations are balanced, right? If it is not balanced, we're gonna balance it to show that the atoms should be equal, right? So even if we won't balance, the atoms will be equal even in the product. For example, we are burning a fuel, we are burning some wood. Okay, so the amount of energy it is going to utilize or it is going to form a product, we see that next charcoal has been produced, coal has been produced, right? So same amount of energy, same amount of atoms can be seen when it was burning as well as after it is burnt. Okay, so that is the example for understanding purpose. For that you have an experimental activity. So here a simple experiment to demonstrate the law of conservation of mass. So here they are taking a electric balance. So upon that they have kept a conical flask, and you can see with the help of cork, small test tube has been immersed in the conical flask with a string. Okay, that means this small test tube should not get mixed up with the reactant, with the chemical. Okay, so what is the reactant we are seeing here? So that is copper sulfate solution. Next, we see that there is no reaction taking place because the test tube which has a chemical in that is sodium hydroxide solution. ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಕಾಣ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ನು ಕಾಪರ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೀಲಿ ದೇರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆಗ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ವೆಯ್ಟು? ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 67.25 grams. Okay, so this is the weight of the reactants. So what I am going to do next is I am going to allow this sodium hydroxide solution which is there in the test tube to mix with copper sulfate solution. Okay, so ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆಗ? You can see in the next one, after the arrow mark product side you can see sodium sulfate solution is going to mix with copper sulfate solution to give copper hydroxide precipitate. No need of writing equation. It is generally to understand. So what happens if this sodium hydroxide solution mix with copper sulfate solution? It is going to form copper hydroxide precipitate. You know how precipitate will be? It will be like how you feel the curd. Same way it will be like crystals. Blue precipitate is obtained. Okay, so then what is the weight of this product? Same, it is same because 67.25 grams, there is no variation. You can see on electric balance how it is showing the weight of this, right? That means the atoms present in the reactant is always equal to the atoms present in the product. Okay, so this one is to understand how there is a conservation of mass. Okay, so we shall state the law. How you can state the law of conservation of mass? Law of conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created. We can't create the mass, nor we can't destroy also when in a chemical reaction. So it is very important to study. Law of conservation of mass states that mass can be neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. It must start and end with the same amount. For example, we are taking a 30 kg of log. Okay, so wood tagota devi. So we are going to fire it. So fire will be approx 1 kg. Totally how much the reactant is? 31 kgs. Okay, so when it is burnt, there is a chemical reaction happening. It converts to ashes. So ashes will be 28 kg. Plus smoke will be approx 3 kg. So 28 plus 3, it's almost 31. See, the amount of atoms that is presented in the reactant is always equal to the atoms which is present in the product. So this is the law of conservation of mass. So we can't create the mass or we can't destroy it. Okay, in a chemical reaction. So this is about law of conservation of mass. Very, very important part. So next we shall see law of constant proportions or law of fixed proportions. So the law of definite proportions, this was given by Joseph Proust in 1779. So what I'm going to state this law is, in a chemical compound, the elements are always present in a definite proportions by mass. So ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು chemical compound ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, so for example, in a compound such as water, the ratio of the mass of hydrogen to the mass of oxygen is always 1:8. Okay, so whatever the source of water, so if 9 grams of water is decomposed, so what happens? 1 gram of hydrogen and 8 grams of oxygen are always obtained, right? Similarly, in case of ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen are always present in the ratio of 14:3 with the mass. Okay, so whatever the method or the source from which it has been obtained. So this led to the law of constant proportions, so which is also known as law of definite proportions or fixed proportions. So what this is going to state, in a chemical substance, the elements are always present in a definite proportion by a mass. So compounds andre, it is a group of elements. Okay, so it is always present in the same proportions, right? So next we studied about Dalton's atomic theory generally. So we know about John Dalton's history, so where he was born and when he was born and what are his studies and how did he graduate and all. So according to his atomic theory, so he states that all matter, whether an element, a compound or a mixture, it is composed of small particles of atoms. He gave this statement saying that whatever it might be, whether it is a matter, whether it is an element or it is a compound, so it is a mixture that is a mixture or compound or element, whatever it might be. So it is composed of small particles that is said to be atoms. So we shall see his theory in brief. He states that all matter is made up of very tiny particles that is called as atoms. ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆರಿ ಟೈನಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್. ಆಟಮ್ಸಿಂದ ಮಾಡಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಡಿವೈಸಿಬಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಅದು ಫರ್ದರ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಡಿವೈಸಿಬಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ which cannot be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. That is a law of conservation of mass, right? So atoms ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಇನ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಸೊ ದ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ identical in mass, so their mass is identical, and even the chemical property also. Okay, atoms combine in the ratio of small whole numbers to form compounds. For example, H2O 1:8, right? So it is a small ratio, it is a combined ratio which is going to form a full compound, that is H2O, right? And the relative number and kinds of the relative number and kinds or atoms are constant in given compound. Okay, so whatever the compound you take, the atoms are relatively constant. Okay, so children, this was the concept about the laws of chemical combination. Go through the activity, and John Dalton's atomic theory, it is very important. Okay, and you should know this two laws of chemical combination, and you may get a question of state the law of conservation of mass, or state the law of constant proportions. You may get a questions like this, and explain with an activity. So you can explain through activity like how I have given in the slides. Okay, in next class we shall see about molecules. We shall see what is molecules of elements, molecules of compounds. Okay, so we shall see that, and yeah, so there is lot many topics to cover. We shall do it in the next class. See you children. Have a good day.